video number 5, 4, I don't even know. Anyway, I just came back from jiu-jitsu and I've been trying to make a video for like the past 30 minutes and I can't seem to make one that actually makes sense, right? So yeah, I think I just want to yap at this point. And yeah, so for today we're going to be talking about dealing with creative block, right? And it's this sort of congestion in your brain. Like it's like a blockage. You can't seem, it's like a knot. Your brain has intertangled itself into knots. And even though you have the most immense feeling of creating and drawing, you can't seem to spit anything out. And it's so irritating. It's the most annoying thing because you have reserved, allocated this much time. You're like, okay, I feel good, I'm gonna go draw. You pulled out your pencils, you pulled out your eraser, whatever, you're ready, your sketchbook's out, and now you're sitting looking at your blank piece of paper and your blank brain. It's not working. And you're there like you almost just want to scratch your fucking eyes out. And then how do you deal with that? How do I deal with that? Because it's part of, hey, it's part of the game, right? You're gonna be at an airport and then you're gonna get flooded with inspiration out of nowhere. You could be sitting on the toilet. I don't know. Shit. You could be walking. You could be at the gym. You could be at work. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you just get hit with these bursts of inspiration for whatever reason. But that's the thing. You gotta capitalize on these. Gotta capitalize on them, right? So, first things first. Start writing them down. Sometimes I'm like, I'm at work and I'll get an idea. I'll be like, I don't like the fact that I didn't make money a standard. I have a standard. I need to make this much money. I didn't make enough money. And it irritated me. So I said, you know what, maybe write that down. The feelings I felt at work. I'm like, annoyed, short of cash. I feel like I put so much emphasis on money, blah, 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 blah. Write those things down. I tie an emotion. There's an emotion there. I get home and I look at my big canvas. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm looking at my piece of paper and all the things that are described, but I have no idea how I'm gonna put this on here. I'm having an artist block. So I just look at my spray paint and I say, you know what, red. Let's do red. I feel like the color red. That sensation feels like the color red. Okay? I start building the foundation. I build the skeleton for my piece. And then doon. If the feeling of dread and frustration I have could be described as a person, how would they look like? Then I'm like, they'd have a pretty terrified face, or they'd have a pretty fragile posture, kind of like, kind of like a hobbit or something, or like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. So then I start building, bam, bam, bam. See, when you're creating, you never actually have the full idea. It almost starts to generate itself in front of you, and you're just like, okay, I guess we'll go with that, right? And that's a situation, right, where like, my suggestion is start writing things down. Start writing things that come to you throughout the day. And if it is an actual visualization of an image, write it down and all you can with that. And there we go. That's one way. Another method is that you're back at the table. You're ready. You're ready to go. And you're just looking at that piece of paper. It's like nothing's coming to you. Fuck it. Tear that piece apart. Tear it apart, crumble it up, throw it out. Okay, look at the next piece of paper. Get that emotion out. If it's anger, if it's frustration you're feeling, get your pencil and start scribbling. Because I think part of the frustration is that you're trying to be perfect. Or that you're trying to have your vision be so precise that it irritates you that you can't seem to bring it out of you, put it on the paper. But do your best, and then start building the skeleton. Talked about, so we talked about writing things down and reserving them for later use, right? And this is one way for you to start having a source to draw from. Okay, no inspiration, artist block. Okay, let me look at my book. Let me see what I got. Another thing you can do, look at what you've already done in the past and what has worked for you and what you've aesthetically enjoyed. Okay, start with something you enjoy, right? So you don't have to go out and start to go on this sort of quest to create a new style or anything. No, look at what works, look what you've enjoyed, and start from there. Start the creation and your drawing and your pieces with something that is not irritating and that you already enjoy, and take it from there, right? Experiment. And I say too, go easy on yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can allow yourself to feel the artist's block. You don't have to resist the artist's block. I think that when I'm in these places, my favorite things to do is to stop trying and just find the nearest drawing utensil and start doing the most random and ridiculous things that I could be doing. Scribbles, circles, right? I take watercolor and I put a little drop of this and that. And I'm not trying to depict anything. I go into the process without feeling like I need to create the Mona Lisa, because that doesn't matter. It's about just decompressing and allow myself to pick up on things as the process goes, right? Sometimes when you start to draw on accident and you start to be a little bit more careless about what you're creating, you'll be surprised what sort of magic can occur, right? When you have such an emphasis on being perfect and trying to depict your visions as accurately as possible, when you let that go and you just begin to create the gestures and start to combine this with that, this polka dotted with the triangles, and it's not like it's some sort of symbolic thing, but it doesn't matter because you're dancing and you're dancing with the paper, and it becomes an interactive thing rather than something that's stagnant and that you're looking at just the paper, frozen, paralyzed almost, right? So allow yourself the leisure to just be free when you look at that piece of paper, and just give up on the idea altogether that you're gonna make anything that you're gonna enjoy, and let that be a secondary objective. That if you do happen to make something you enjoy, then that's a benefit, but it was never the first pursuit. The primary pursuit was just to be a dancer with the paper, just throw things out there. And you find that when you start to initiate this process, you will naturally start to generate ideas because your mind is not inhibited anymore. It's already in a stage of performance, right? And that resistance not only will help with your artist block, but you'd be surprised the ideas you will have that you wouldn't have had if you were in the right space anyway, right? The right mental space. So it actually sets you up to generate better ideas, which was what I found, right? There's times where I'm creating and I'm putting this color and I'm like just having fun with the process, and I'm like, oh, that was an accident. That actually kind of works. I actually like the way that looks. Let me replicate that with the intention of making it better. And it goes from a gesture drawing, this red and gold, and you liked it with that combination when you're like, I like that. Boom, you recreate it. and it's this fantastic accident, and you're just like, okay, let me incorporate that into my style now. And I've had that happen numerous times. As a matter of fact, we have one sketchbook that is just like that, and it's actually my favorite sketchbook. And it's also the most all over the place sketchbook. But that sketchbook I've dealt with a lot of artist block, and I've used those tactics, right? I'm just like, I feel like I want to draw. I don't know what to draw. I'm just gonna start scribbling. And then you just end up having fun. So that's one method. Let go of that tension. Yeah, as you can tell, I just came back from jiu-jitsu. My face is a little bit scraped up right now. You can tell my neck. But hey, nevertheless, we are devoted. We're here to talk about art because that's just what I like to do, right? Even though I'm not a world-renowned artist or I'm some, insanely credible artist, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. This is what I've done my whole life. I've gone through many evolutions. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Because my past self couldn't muster the cognitive capacities to say this, I'm doing it now. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys have any more questions, put some comments in the. Anyway, I'm done. This is like take 5. Leave a comment for future videos. I'm gonna be reading. We're up like 3 subscribers, so we're kind of famous right now. We're making a disruption in the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, so leave some questions. I'll be making some more YouTube videos, and I need some ideas. What do you guys want to hear? What do you guys want me to talk about? And I'll make it a reality. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.